before the course I was a bit worried that I'm a bit older and was I fit enough, that kind of thing. But actually, you know, I put a lot of work and preparation into it. I absolutely was fit enough. And actually when I got onto the course, there's loads of people of my age or even older than me. Work-wise at the moment, I work as in PR. So I run my own consultancy. I work freelance, so I'm quite flexible in what I do. I wanted to train to be a personal trainer. It was as much of a personal goal as anything else. So I'm now in my mid-40s. I had quite a hard time with it health-wise in my late 30s, early 40s. And for me, it was just a personal achievement. I was training all the time, I was in the gym all the time, and I just wanted to push it to the next level, really. I wanted to be able to help and inspire people of my age, especially, or just people that have struggled with illnesses or injuries. And if I can do it, they can do it. If they can do it, anyone can do it. When I was looking for a course to do, I asked for some recommendations. One of my best friends had done an EPTI course, so he immediately said, you need to go and do it. I did mine in EPTI. Okay, where's that? That's Spain, and that was the clincher for me. If I was going to take 2 weeks out of my family life, busy family life and busy work life, I was going to go and do it in the sun. So I chose EPTI, and he's an amazing trainer, and if I become half the trainer he is, from the training that he's had, I'll be a happy girl. When I enrolled for the course, you get sent all your online learning and coursework, and it looked a little bit daunting to begin with, but it's broken down really nicely into, it's sort of compartmentalised and broken down into sections, and actually there's a lot of help there, and there's a lot of different resources, and there's lots of different styles to learn. So once you sit down and sort of digest everything that's there and everything that's given to you, it was actually quite straightforward and quite easy. Because you're studying online, you get offered support and guidance remotely from Caroline and Toby, and I just found that invaluable. It was really helpful. They were really quick with their responses, really thorough with their answers and their help. There was always more help there than I actually needed, and I just found it really supportive. Content-wise, the course is really intense. It's a really intense course. But for me, I wanted to do the course in a short amount of time rather than hang it out over 6 months. I just don't have the time to take that out of my family life. It's not for my husband or my daughter or our current business. So I knew it was going to be intense, but it is manageable, and it's broken down into sizable chunks, and the course instructors make it easy for you to learn. I really enjoyed it. The practical learning was so invaluable. It kind of made all of that coursework in the last 6 months come together. It all started to make sense. Occasionally, during the online learning, you'd look at things and think, I can't really put that into context, I don't really know where that's relevant. But as soon as you go into the practical side of the course and you start getting hands-on, it all just comes together and makes a load of sense. The course is really intense. There's no two ways about it, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. We're here to be personal trainers, we're here to be fitness instructors. So actually, and I think the intensity is absolutely right. We are pushed, but therefore we're training others to push them. So you need to know, you need to experience that yourself, and you need to know what it feels like. So for me, the intensity was about right. We had 4 or 5 tutors on the course, and they were all amazing. They all are really knowledgeable, really credible in their background and what they've done in the past and the way that they've studied or the way that they've worked in the past. And they were really clear, really concise, friendly, really informative. Just, yeah, they all work really well together as a team. So yeah, no, it was really good. So when you book for the course, it's a residential course. You get allocated an apartment. You've got a really nice 2-bed apartment. Invaluable washing machine that's worked flat out. One of the days I did 3 sets of gym kit in a day. So yeah, all of the facilities in the apartment were absolutely fine. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, so we didn't have to get too much in each other's space. And then the facilities at the gym have been really great. The gym can be busy at times, but then that's real life, that will happen. But yeah, really good spread of, you know, different rooms that we can use. So we had a separate studio for our SMT training, a really good range of equipment and really good quality equipment up in the gym. And then there's always the spa and the sauna at the end of the day. So as the course is residential, obviously you will get to sort of live, eat and breathe it together for 14 days essentially. We had a really good group of people, very different spread of people, real international flavour to the course, so lots of different languages, lots of different age groups, and everybody gelled really well together. By week 2, when we were into sort of our really intense personal training, there was loads of banter, everybody was really supportive of one another. If any of us were struggling, we'd all support them to help them and to get them through the next stage. So it's just been a really great experience. It keeps you focused for the whole time. You don't get the opportunity to go back to your normal life and, you know, let the school run get in your way or all of that other stuff. So it just keeps your mind sort of in the game. Really enjoyed doing it as a residential course. As part of the course, you get the opportunity to do a student PT clinic. So you get to train somebody, a complete stranger that you've never met before, and I really enjoyed it. It was absolutely invaluable for me. It was one of the highs of the course. If you do the course and you get the opportunity, I'd highly recommend it. I had a lovely lady called Sarah, and it just gave me a real life experience of what it would be like to be a qualified PT. At the time I wasn't, because it was last night. But I loved it. I really enjoyed it. High energy, real life experience, absolutely invaluable, and I think she really enjoyed it too. The course really prepares you to go out into the big bad world and take your qualifications forward to have a career in the fitness industry, whether that's working in a gym, whether that's working independently as a personal trainer or setting up your own classes. And I feel that it's really helped me, not just the training, not just the qualifications, but the depth of experience that the instructors give us. You know, they've given us some real life scenarios to take forward, some really good ideas, some creative ideas to start up our own businesses, and I feel that it's really helped me focus on the future. For me, the course was an amazing investment. When I looked at it, on paper it looked like quite a lot of money, but actually when you break it down, and if you try to do all of the qualifications that I've now got, it would take me a big chunk of time if I hadn't have done that as a residential course. I did compare it to some courses back in the UK where you just do a weekend here, a weekend there for different elements of the course, and actually doing it this way came out cheaper and it included accommodation, whereas if you did that in the UK, not only would you have to have those elements and go off here for a weekend, there for a weekend, you then have to put your accommodation on top of that and probably stay in a budget hotel without a washing machine. You definitely need a washing machine. So for me, it was great value, and from a time perspective as well, I can't take 6-10 weekends out of my life to come and do this. So I just took a chunk of 2 weeks out from being a mum, running a business, and it's worked out really well for me. So it's amazing value. So as part of being an EPTI member, being enrolled in the course, they also offer something called business supremacy. So it's kind of drilling down into running the business side of your fitness. So how to start developing new ideas, setting up classes and courses, or how to work as an online PT, or so how to promote your business using media, social media, that type of thing. And that resource is there available for all EPTI students, and it's invaluable. So when I came on the course, didn't really know what to expect. I knew it was going to be intense. I knew it was going to be fun at times. I knew it was going to be hard at times. And especially for me, the hardest bit was going to do the written exams. Haven't done them for quite a few years. It absolutely exceeded all my expectations. The group of people that I'm with on the course, that could be luck of the draw. It just could be that we all work really hard at working together as a team. The instructors have been amazing. Just the atmosphere generally has been good. The training's been really intense, really thorough, but absolutely spot on. Everything about the course has exceeded my expectations. I've just had a fantastic time. So I think as doing part of the course at EPTI, you begin to develop some different skills, probably in relation to fitness for me. I'm a trainer anyway. I used to present to big groups of people, but for me it's kind of finding that last bit of listening. What does your client really want? What do you really need to deliver for them? learning to push that little bit further, learning to deliver exactly what your client needs. So I think for me that's probably one of the other skills that I've kind of picked up on from the experience of the trainers. I graduated as a master personal trainer. I can go back to the UK and I'd actually already set up some classes. So I run some HIIT classes and some circuit classes in one of our local villages, but I'd been using a trained trainer to do that because obviously I wasn't qualified. So now I can go back and train them myself and feel qualified for them. I've already had some of the clients that come to my classes ask if I can do some personal training with them, and of course I will, and just carry on from there really, and just sort of, for me, I can work it around family life, I can work it around my daughter, and just have some fun with it and get some people fit and motivated, revved up for life.